My name is Philip Henderson. For as long as I could remember, I've been fascinated with the spirit world. The only true reality of life is death. Death comes to all. Astral dwellers, elemental ones, extraterrestrials, multi-dimensional travelers. All this I've summed up to mean the XRealm. Come with me into the XRealm projects, where I'll show you real people and how they interact with the XRealm.
All I can real.
Okay, so I had an experience, and I was very curious. So I went on the internet and sort of found a paranormal group on Facebook called Paranormal Australia. Has about, like 20,000 viewers or something like that. I posted my experience on the site, and the first person to comment asked if I was referring to McLaughlin Street in Orange, New South Wales. And to my surprise, that the person that posted on my comment was from Orange themselves, and it's Phil from XRealm. My own personal experiences, I've seen lights, shadows. I've heard humming. I actually just most recently had an incident. I think it was yesterday, day before. My sister had called me, and obviously we don't have a TV in the living room. So, and she was telling me, she asked me if I'd had a TV on or something, and I said, no, I don't have anything on. And then she said, oh, well, I can hear a kid or a child calling out, mummy. And I was like, okay, well, there's no TV on. There's no TV on. There's no sounds, it's just me. And she goes, okay, well, you're going to have to stop talking because I'm trying to listen. And she said that it just kept happening, and that she hung up the phone because she thought it might have been a glitch. And when we had our phone call again after a while, she said, I can still hear it. I'm getting off the phone. It's annoying me. You're weird. And I'm just like, okay, bye. So I was sitting in the living room with my partner, and we're just chatting about just sort of everyday stuff. I was sitting just sort of a little bit more to my right, facing outwards, the window out that doorway out that way. And I had seen the whole thing happen, so I was sitting there, and I just sort of seen a little ball of light just appear in halfway, like in the middle of the door frame. And it was very low, and it was very small, so it was about, I don't know, maybe smaller than my fingernail, but you could see like little tiny light beams coming off it. And it moved sort of right, and then went into the doorway, through the door itself. And then I looked around, there was nothing like open, this was all closed. And then I was like to my partner, I just seen a little light. And he goes, I seen it too. So we've seen it from two different angles. He's seen it from the corner of his eye right next to him, and I'd seen it sort of face on. My partner has experienced going to the bathroom, having a can of drink sitting on a shelf, and he's come out of the bathroom and the can is on the floor upside down. And another instance, my partner, I think he was in the bathroom, he said, or he was sort of outside the bathroom. He was recording it, but he doesn't have the video, he thinks. And the door handle was turning back and forth. And when he went in there was nobody in there, closed it, and the same thing happened again. So, not sure. I woke up at 2:30 in the morning, and I had walked to come to the bathroom, and before I could do that, the door to our linen cupboard was open, and it was like wide open, and normally it's latched, so you can't open it, and it takes force to, if you pull it, it's gonna just rip the little hinge off. So yeah, that was wide open. I closed it and haven't had any problems with it since, so that's good. Another one, it always happens at night. I was coming from the bathroom, and it was dark, but it was light enough that you could sort of see the outlining. I thought I seen something just then. The outlining to the furniture, and you could sort of just see the windows and everything like that. I had looked down, and I have a fluffy white cat, and I looked down and I seen this little white mass on the ground, and I was like, oh, hi Charlie, come on. So I've gone to pick him up, and as I've gone to pick him up, he sort of changed shapes, like as if he was stretching and sort of rolled over. So I've picked him up, and as I've picked him up, I've touched the floor and realised I'm not picking up anything, and it's just disappeared in my hands. So I ran back to my bedroom. Scary. The same thing. My partner thinks the same thing happened to him, but he didn't really investigate it too much. He just seen it, and that was it. He didn't try anything with it. I was laying in bed one night, and it's funny because when our bedroom was the way it was, I slept perfectly. It was great. And as soon as we moved the bed to the opposite side of the room, I haven't been sleeping at night. But when it was the other way, I would hear a woman humming every now and then. It'd scare me. And I did have an experience last night, actually. There you go. That's a lie. I did. I just remembered it. Crazy. Okay, so I'm laying in bed, and the cats weren't in the house because I tried to get them in the house and they wouldn't come in. I'm laying there. My partner's asleep. I had gotten up. It was about 1:30. Got back to bed. Started laying back down. Got comfortable again. As I'm sort of going to sleep, I feel the covers here sort of just press down a bit, and then I've sort of started breathing heavier to sort of see if it gives it anything, and it did release like the pressure a little bit. So I sat up, had a look, and I can't see anything. There's like nothing sitting on me, nothing at all like that. So I've just passed it off, laid back down. The same thing's happened again, but I've tried to move my body in a different way to see if there's any pressure, and there was like a little pressure. Like if I tried hard enough, I could definitely sit back up, but there was that sort of, something sort of sitting on me, I think. So that was interesting. I wasn't scared, it was just, I acknowledged it, played around with it, went to sleep. Yeah, no, this was just, it's like a book sitting on my chest, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, we're just about to do the assessment of this home. Just going to walk through with the Mel meter, checking out EMF and temperature changes, and a spirit box. Got a full spectrum camera here as well. Okay. The power of the house is turned off. So far, no EMF. So when we come back in. So far, no EMF. So when we come back in, so far, no EMF. So when we come back in, now this spirit box has had its antenna removed. So the voices you hear are only within a proximity of like 5 meters. So they're not from any radio station. After this footage was shown to Alex and the others, they confirmed that Alex did not say that, because it's not really a phrase that she would say, and it was too close to the mic. A part of the baseline sweep is to use the SLS camera. If we find a skeleton figure like this one, what we'll do is put a detector near it to see if there's any EMF coming from it. If there is, well, this could show that we'd actually have something present that's emanating energy. We put the spirit box near it, and yes, we got a result. Nothing's there.
Just did one. Oh, now that's you.
Say hello.
Hi!
Come and talk to us. Are you in the woodwork? time for you to come out and say hello. I'm not going to get rid of you. We understand you're a part of the home. If you want to say hello, I'm sure of you. I'm going to put this over it again. Good. If there are any spirits in this room, can you please let us know that you're here? By saying a word. 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 Just walked in. Do you feel anything, Elaine?
I do feel that there's a presence in the kitchen. Well, there's a presence of a elderly woman here, and she's told me already she doesn't like what they've done with the kitchen.
That's right.
Right, okay. Well, let's go in the kitchen and see if we talk to her more and maybe get some validation.
So yeah, just as I pulled up out the front, I did look on the internet for photos of the house because I had no idea what were coming in, and straight away there was a photo of the kitchen, and that's when she said to me, I hate it.
Right, okay.
I hate it.
I showed Elaine this building about 2 hours ago, but she wanted to know where she was going.
Wasn't even 2 hours ago.
Wasn't even 2 hours ago, yes.
Yeah, from what I feel, not only does she not like it, it's not so much what they've done with the kitchen, she doesn't like the kitchen. Something happened in here when she was living here. Mm-hmm. She doesn't like the kitchen.
Some sort of accident?
No, I get the impression that it was physical abuse from her husband, and it used to happen a lot in the kitchen.
Right.
So she hasn't been more forthcoming than that at the moment, but it's just there's a lot of heartache and animosity in right here. I won't trip on your map.
Yeah. Okay.
Right here. So do you ever feel anything?
I feel absolutely terrified in this room at night. Very terrifying feeling. It's scary. I don't know why, but I don't like
Like
it.
I told you today, I heard like someone was like whining in
Oh
here.
yeah, he said that he had heard someone
Like,
crying
whine.
in here.
I thought it was the dog.
But the
And
dog
I
had
called the dog,
come, yeah.
and the dog came running up the hallway.
You heard that today?
Yeah, just as I
Yeah,
was
weird
jumping
things have
in the
been
shower.
happening lately.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Okay, so do you know, did it sound like a woman, a child, man?
I can't really describe it. It just sounded like whining. I thought it was the dog, and I called the dog. It was standing just there, and the dog came running up the hallway.
Okay. So connected to a female?
Yeah, so that's sort of the sort of thing I'm picking up. Like there's been abuse happen to her in this room, mainly while she's here, and I'm feeling standing here looking out the window, copping a belt from the back of the head, at the back of the head, constantly, like not just a one-off. So I don't know anything about the original owners, but that's what I'm picking up. Now, if you've heard whining, that's possibly coming from that. I'm feeling like late 50s, early 60s. 60s.
Do you see any children running around the house?
No.
Just her and him?
Just her and him.
Any age?
She's like mid-40s. The weeping is her while he's at work. He comes home from work cranky, takes it out on her. Because dinner's not always ready when he wants dinner ready.
Did she ever console herself with an animal of some sort?
Okay, I'm hearing border collie. So a dog, collie dog.
Would she
Millie.
be able to talk to us?
Millie.
No, sorry.
Millie. is her name. That's her nickname. It's not actually... Yeah, it is, sorry. Millicent is the name I'm picking up. Okay, so he comes in, he's got overalls on, like bib and brace overalls, a flannelette shirt, and yeah, he's just anger personified, actually. But different, like when he's out, what I'm feeling is when he's out, he's completely different. So he's nice to everybody else and butter wouldn't melt in his mouth type thing, and then he comes home and takes everything out on her. She used to talk to a lady across the road here, but that was about it. She doesn't mean you any harm. She's so sorrowful in herself. Like, she's just so sad that she's enjoying the company, but... And maybe that's... You said you're moving out?
Yes.
I think that's why she's coming out, because she doesn't actually want you to go.
Oh, she can come with us.
Well, you can invite her along.
Well, yeah, if she wants to come with us, come on. You know, come on, Millie.
That's up to her. To the lounge room.
So you just walk backwards and still go, that makes sense. She's like, no, stay.
Have you got your phone on?
No.
There was something emanating electromagnetic fields in it that went into it.
It's just my vibrant personality.
Could be. And it went to 7.9 and 3.3.
I might have to sit down. Just feel a bit lit.
Okay. When you say you feel a bit blah, has that just happened?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Like I needed to sit down.
Yep.
Like I needed to take a big gasp of breath.
Okay, maybe you shouldn't have invited her to come with you.
She wants to come with me now, does she?
She might be already with
careful.
you,
Yeah.
but if her energy attaches to yours, you're going to start feeling sick, and it's going to drag your energy right down.
I have been feeling like I don't know if I told Phil, but I've been feeling sick. I didn't sleep for about 3 nights straight last week.
Okay. So kitchen lounge room is where she spent most of her time, apart from doing laundry and stuff like that.
We must spend a lot of time together, because that's exactly where I spend all my time.
Okay, a question for you then. Has that only been something since you've moved into this house?
Well, yeah, like I have my moments, so I'll sit
There?
all the time.
That's her favourite spot?
That's wild. I sit there. If I'm in this house, I'm sitting there.
Yep. Okay. So that was her favourite spot.
Oh, wow.
Used to be an open fire. She used
Yeah.
to sit in front of it.
I sit in front of that.
Yep.
That's so weird.
No, okay, it's not weird. What's happening is your energy is picking up her energy,
Yeah.
and you are acting as one. Okay, so this is why we've said you've got to be
I'm an
really
old lady.
careful. No, you're not. No, you're bringing vibrancy and youth to her.
Oh, that's nice.
So that's, yeah, it's not... but a lot of the things that you do in this house are the things that she used to do in this house.
I don't feel so boring now. Not the only one.
It's almost like she's giving me a tour now. Good old outside dunny.
Where the cat sleeps.
I'm going to... Oh, okay. I don't know. I just still feel all this sorrow and the crying and the... This doesn't have a good feeling. Not this part, the end part. Garage?
This is where I was first drawn to when I walked in the house.
To this bit?
Just the back part. I actually haven't been close, but I'd say that's original.
What happened? Something happened. But this was to do with the husband, not her. Alright, from what I'm picking up, she didn't actually have a car license, she couldn't drive. But they had a car. And one particular day, the husband asked her to move the car into the garage, and she just kind of almost ploughed right at him. Out of sheer desperation to get rid of him.
Oh, wow.
It's like she just, but she stopped. She stopped probably just a foot in front of him, which didn't end well for her that night.
I was going to say he'd been pissed.
Yeah. But she thought about it. She really wanted to.
It's actually really funny because I had a car accident in this shed as well.
Okay.
So it sounds like that Alex is actually in some way this complementing each other, or the layers of time are interwoven, and you're exchanging life experiences. And I'm happy to hear that you guys aren't in an abusive relationship. So you and your partner. So she's experiencing that nurturing.
Yeah. You're teaching her a lot about not every relationship is like that.
Yeah. See, I had to learn that myself as well.
Yeah.
Hey, we've picked up on a female energy that's in this home, and that sounds not surprising to Alex. Elaine's going to attempt to channel this spirit. There's no guarantee this might happen, but we'll give it a go. We've got a static electricity detector, the cat's attracted to, EMF detector, and the Mel meter. Yeah, whenever you're ready.
Millie, if you're in the room, can you come and talk through me? Use my voice box, but don't enter my body.
Are you able to talk to us through Elaine?
Not for long. I've got to get up and do dinner. He's going to be home in a minute.
Your husband's not here, so you're safe and sound. Do you feel safe with us?
I feel safe with you, but he's going to be home any minute. It's time. He's finished work. He's coming home. I've got to get up and get in the kitchen.
Do you know that your husband died?
Oh, fucking good thing.
Sorry?
I said that's a fucking good thing.
So how is he...
So he's not coming home?
But if he's not coming home because he's dead, does he still visit you? Even though he's dead?
I still feel him around me.
Well, he can't hurt you now, Millie, because he's not physically there. It's all in your mind. Are you strong enough to touch any of us? Do you want to... Can you touch my ear? Just to show that you're here. Or do you like Alex, so you can go near Alex? Could you do that for us? With your energy? I'd really appreciate if you could touch Alex. And
You sure he's not coming home?
he's not coming. No, he's not coming home, mate. And if he comes home, I'll bash him. I'll give him bashing that he's never friggin'. Yeah, I really wanted you to know that you're protected. Have you got any questions or anything? What are you thinking about, man?
Scared. Just scared. I'm scared that he's coming back.
When was the last time he hit you? Do you know time frames?
Sorry.
Do you know when he was last here?
She's gone for a minute.
Yes.
Too much noise in the back.
Sorry.
Okay, so I can ask her that. Millie, what's the last year that you remember? 74, I'm hearing. So that would have been the year she passed away.
Which is really interesting because I've sensed the 70s a lot. And every time someone comes in, I'm like, I feel like it's 70s. Just for everything. Just 70s.
So 74 is the last year she remembers.
Okay, well that's a fair long time ago. That's actually the year I was born, which is 46 years ago.
Oh,
you spring chicken. Spring chicken, I turned 55 yesterday.
Happy birthday!
So, you are still feeling this fear, and you don't need to. because you haven't been hit in a long time. That's 46 years you have been in fear. How does that sound to you? Can you talk through Elaine, please?
I don't think she wants to anymore. I suppose one thing you've got to remember is, though, that if she's stuck here through that fear, she'd be reliving it every day.
Yeah.
So she's still feeling like it was this morning, yesterday, last night, sort of thing.
Yes, okay. Yeah.
And
it's all got in her mind. It's not actually a physical event. Because he's not here in spirit.
Occasionally. Yeah, I'm happy for Millie to come back and talk through me.
I don't want to talk about your husband anymore, Millie. Let's just talk about something happy. It's for dinner tonight, Millie.
She already told me that one. What?
Say again.
I said she already told me that. Beef stew.
Beef stew, okay.
You've been asking me to make that.
Oh, say again.
You've been asking me to make that.
Beef stew.
Beef stew. Well, it's on the menu tonight, apparently. Because before, when you said to me, get in the kitchen.
But I broke the casserole dish. That's why we can't have it.
Oh.
That's what's stopping us from having that.
You better go buy another one.
Yeah. Imagine
I just felt like her border collie was lying there in front of her.
See, all the animals lie here when I'm sitting here.
Yeah.
See, like this. This is what they all do. I'm surprised all the dogs outside, that's why.
It's kind of like she's reliving parts of her life through you.
We play with the animals quite a lot.
Yeah.
Got a question.
Yep.
I always have this really weird sensation, and they laughed at me last time they were here. I'll be around any part of the house. It hasn't happened in about a week, maybe. I'll be standing there like this doing something, and my body will automatically do this. And it'll stop, and then it'll bring me back around, and it'll stop about here. And then I'll try and fight it, and I'll have to turn my leg that way so I don't turn
that way.
Yeah.
Do you feel hands on your shoulders
no, I feel
or anywhere?
absolutely nothing except that force making me do those movements.
Do acknowledge it a little bit, and just ask if it's her doing it. Because when I was standing at the sink before, and she was standing at the sink, I wanted to turn that way, and it's like looking for him to come through that door with, you know, the raised fists and the God knows what else going on. So it could be something you're picking up. I actually almost feel like your energies have melded, and that's why you're doing things that she used to do in the house.
Oh, wow.
And that's what Phil's saying. And so that could be just that constant...
Just doing what she's doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so I've just been told of some further events that have happened here that might be paranormal. Can you tell us then, man, what you reckon happened?
So yesterday, we just got back from going out to get takeaway food and come home. And Liam opened up the door and started knocking on the door. I thought Brendan must have been in his room or something, walking out, and then Liam slowly stepped away from the door. And after he knocked, you heard knocking on the other side of the door. I thought someone was about to open the door, but Liam walked back and went around. He's like, I'll go open the back door. And I was just standing there like, someone knocked on the door. I thought someone was about to open the door, but no one was there.
Is that the front door?
Yeah, the front door. Oh.
Damn.
The anomaly seems to be coming around the corner of that door frame and closer into the camera view. Personally, I feel that this is dust. This room has 2 windows and 3 doorways, so the air currents within this space would be quite erratic, and it was quite windy on the day. But if you watch some shows from other paranormal investigators like Ghost Adventures and Ghost Nation, they will classify this as paranormal. So I'll leave it up to you, and you be the judge. What is it?
Thanks for watching Parallel Lives. So it did look like that Alex and this spirit were in sync in a way. She was doing certain things in her natural life that this spirit did, and after a while, well, somehow they merged as one. Since we were there last, I was there with Elaine, the activity has ceased. There's no feeling of being watched, followed, no weird humming. Alex actually stopped moving her body that she was saying that she was doing involuntary. So we might have been able to assist this spirit to move on and can come to terms that she's dead, but also that the offender, her husband, is dead. And she was holding off going on over to the light because he was there. And there was so much spite and resentment and anger that she didn't want to go over to the light. So that's very interesting, the dynamics and the interplay of the days in our lives of the dead. I was there and I got a feeling that I was in the kitchen, and I thought fully that a flatmate had walked past me. And when I turned around, I walked into the bathroom, there was no one there. And when I looked in the door of the bathroom, I fully thought something was there watching me. So I turned around and there was nothing there. So I think I actually experienced that feeling that the flatmates were feeling, that they were being watched. Now Alex, it was quite open to have this spirit follow her to the other home. We sort of stepped in between that, and I'm happy to say that, well, that hasn't happened, because even though the intention of the spirit and the person is good, well, you basically don't want that attachment near you because it is draining. They get their energy from you, from other living life forms, or from the environment around them. And this, in the long run, can have effects on us emotionally, physically, and mentally. So it looks like XRealm has assisted the living and the dead to find peace once again. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. XRealm.
Oh, I agree.